What's up, team? All right, guys. So, sorry, I'm trying out some new music. What's up, team? My bad, guys. I'm not talking. Hope y'all are well today. I'm just taking a look at some of these gappers this morning. We got like VOC as well, lower volume, GRNQ. This one just failed this morning. Never really held up. Let me get Mordecai in here. We got Mordecai in here today. I'm using Thinkorswim in Top Step futures. So yeah, I'm using Thinkorswim and Top Step. All right, so let me get Mordecai in here. No. No, I'm not over PDT. There we go. Hey, what's up? What's up, man? You there?
Yeah, man. Good morning.
Good morning, man. Hold on, let me get the volume right. Let me see. All right, so we have Mordecai in here, team. Let me get the volume right real quick. I think I gotta turn this down. Let me see. All right, so we turn the music down, and then we gotta turn the desktop audio up. All right, so say something.
Good morning. Good morning.
All right, we should be good.
How
I think. Yeah, you should be okay.
All right. And just let me know if you can hear my wife talk in the background, because she's always on conference calls and she is loud.
Okay, yeah. No
So
worries,
that can go
man.
on mute.
So let's do a sound check, team. Can y'all hear Mordecai? I should be able to.
Uno, dos, tres. Uno, dos, tres.
I know very limited Spanish, but I know a little bit. I know a little bit. My
Well, I
dad
hope you
actually
know
speaks.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, my dad speaks fluent Spanish, and he's always tried to get me to speak it all my life.
Okay.
And I never have. I can get basic conversation, done in Spanish. But that's it.
That's all you need.
Levels are good.
I'm trying to bring the chat up here so I can see what people are saying.
Yeah, I found out you can actually pop out the chat, Mordecai. I never knew you could do that. I
Like,
found out
but
that
two-
yesterday. I've been streaming for 2
That's
years.
from, I know, it's like from that's from 2005, brother.
Right. Hey, look, I'm slow. I literally found out yesterday, man. Eric, we had somebody else on stream, Eric, and he was like, "Hey, bro, you can pop out the chat," and I was just like, "Oh, I feel
Mind
dumb."
blown.
All right, so they can hear you. All right, so we're good.
Wait.
So yeah, man, I'm looking at this morning. We got ASTC looking okay. Not too bad. I like this one. It's a decent volume gap up at least. I don't know about any offerings on the table though.
Yeah, we can go through that.
Okay.
I mean, do you want to hit it now?
We can wait. I mean, if you want to wait until we get a few more people in here, that's cool. That's probably the best way to do it. Okay.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, but I know ASTC, we just opened up WEI recently. We can talk about that.
Oh
But it's
man, look at
nasty.
that one today, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
That one broke under the previous closing price
yeah.
already.
I do know infamous YouTuber
Ah.
creating this
Oh,
after
yeah.
hours.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if they sold before it got halted, but if they didn't, they woke up to a headache.
Oh man, look at this move though. This is 73 cents, guys, all the way up to 10.20, which is over 1,000%. Over 1,000% move. Oh, hey buddy, love you. Okay, have a good day at school. Y'all be safe. Love you.
Love you too.
Have a good day.
By the way, your glasses are downstairs on my homework table.
Okay, that's okay. All right, love you. Y'all be good. Y'all be safe.
Good kid, man.
Yeah, they're good kids, man. They're good. But yeah, so this one is super weird, man. Look at this, 73 cents, guys, all the way up to over 10, and then back down under the previous closing price, which was at $5 too. So this is like a weird move, a very strange move. Usually, you see these parabolic moves, you usually don't see them dip down too much before the open. My bad. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I mean, we can talk about it now if you want, but I mean, it's been a common theme the last couple of days and even a few weeks now about these guys running with no news.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, I was just having a chat with one of the guys in the Discord today, and he was kind of having a problem, like, should I go with small caps? Should I go with large caps? Like, I heard it's kind of like more guaranteed to go on large caps. I'm like, at the end of the day, it's like, you got to understand like what you're trading.
Right.
Like, why is it popping up? What are the fundamentals, right? What's the price action telling you? What are the levels telling you? Because it's all the same, small cap, big cap, large cap, Forex, whatever the heck you trade, it's all relative, right?
Right, for sure.
But I mean, one of the main things is when it comes to these small caps, if it's running with no news, like, you got to be careful because you never know if it's going to get halted at any point.
Certainly, and even, I talk about it all the time. I talked about it the other day. Somebody was actually, I think all I said the other day was like I was like, yeah, most of these, I said a lot of these are getting pumped up by insiders in the company, is what I said. Pretty standard statement, I think, if you're used to penny stocks. And somebody said, I can't remember, they defended them. They were like, well, you can't prove that, like they got mad at me for saying that. And I was just kind of like, look, I can't tell you which individual ones are specifically pumping the company up, but there's certainly a percentage of insiders that are pumping their companies up, for sure.
Right.
And most of these are terrible companies to begin with. And so, when you see a stock go from 73 cents all the way up to over $10, it's usually not doing so because it's a strong stock. I mean, it's usually not doing so because it's a good company. I'll put it that way.
Yeah. And it looks like Xana's kind of talked about it there. It's got suspended. That's why it went down so far. Really, it's down so far because the company came out and confirmed they're not aware about any disclosed materials, no changes in the development of business operations, rumors. They have no idea. So if the company is telling you they have no idea why it's running, that's like a huge alarm to get out, right? So that's why it reacted the way it did. So if you see it running with no news, man, that is like almost gambling. Now, I had it in one of my one-on-ones that talked about this. I said, also be mindful where it trades, particularly if it trades with the Amex. Dude, they don't play no jokes. Like they will halt you immediately.
For sure. Yeah, and I can see the Amex in there too on the level 2.
Yeah,
a little bit. I can see. Yeah, it is what it is. When you trade penny stocks every day, like you and me, I'm used to seeing stuff like this. Like this is pretty standard week for the most part, except for, like you said, the last 2 weeks. A lot of stuff has been pumping up with no news, and so there's really a few different reasons for that, or possible reasons. We're not going to go into all of them, but one of them is certainly insiders pumping the stock up and then selling into the bag holders, for sure. Which is probably why Mordecai loves shorts, because shorts would be. I'm still jealous that he gets to short, because I would love to short these terrible companies.
You're rolling with a big bank with TDA, man. Just roll over to Cobra.
I know, man. That's what I see. It's I'm getting up there to where I almost have 25K. Like I've got half of that now, and if I really wanted to, I could, but I don't know, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And plus, you get back into the whole DOS Pro world. You love that too.
Oh man, it's been years since I traded on DOS Pro. The last time I traded there was SureTrader on DOS.
Oh my gosh, don't even talk about SureTrader.
Yeah, SureTrader. Hey, I think if you got involved with day trading in 2016, 2017, a large majority of us traded on SureTrader. I hated SureTrader because fees and sketchiness.
Necessary evil.
Right, for sure. But I love DOS, and I still love DOS, and DOS is top 2 platforms for me, for sure.
Dude, and you have to get adjusted to that speed with the level 2 and time and sales, because I remember if you compare like Thinkorswim's data speed compared to like DOS Pro, it's like looking at the speed of high school football to the NFL. Right. It is like night and day.
Oh, for sure.
So you have to like adjust your eyes and get trained on that speed of the tape.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I still miss DOS. I might have to switch. Somebody else yesterday or the day before asked me, what's the differences between Thinkorswim and I think it was E-Trade, and I told him, and I was like, Thinkorswim's slower, has a little bit more lag with fills. A more dynamic platform than a lot of these other ones, I think, based off of just the capabilities of it. But, it definitely lags behind, no pun intended, in lag and fills and maybe a little bit of support.
Right.
But, it's still my favorite. It's one of my favorite. It's what I learned on. And I think I try to just stay with what's comfortable with me, which is what I've learned on. But I know it's kind of coming back to bite me sometimes, for sure.
Yep.
All right, so we got WEI, very shady move, all the way back under. Watch, a level that's important right now is this $5 level. We're right around that previous closing price. I think that $5 level is right around that previous close. If it pushes back up, we can look to see what happens at $5, I think. $5.50.
Oh, for sure. Maybe. I mean, anybody who was buying this pre-market or after hours yesterday is 100% underwater. Oh, so any push back to break even at best is they're trying to just get the heck out.
Oh, 100%. They're trying to jump out of there.
Yes.
And I saw this one yesterday, or I thought it was yesterday. Let me see. This is one of those ones that it looks like a very small float. Let me see if I can find the float. You probably already know, huh?
Yeah, I'll tell you right now.
Okay.
Float is, well, it's actually not too small. It's 35 million, 361 market cap. Short floats is less than 1%. IO is less than 1%. But looks like they do have a shelf out there for 45 million, but that was from a couple years ago.
So not too bad on the shelf. I don't like the short float. If you're looking to go long, at least. Yeah. Okay.
It's a Chinese company.
Oh, I think I've heard about this company actually.
It's a software-based company.
Yeah. I think this is I don't know if this is this can. I know they have a social media that's called like We something. I'll have to check that out. But yeah, this one's on my list. But I'm very hesitant as somebody that can only go long. To go long, very hesitant with this one. Unless this one just puts in the most perfect move ever, I'm probably not going to trade it. The next one I'm looking at is ASTC. Let me see. That one, let me see. This one is up from a deal to develop a breath test for COVID-19 detection. And so this is a COVID play, breath test deal. For COVID detection, they, as a subsidiary, they signed a joint development agreement with Cleveland Clinic to explore using AstroTech's Breath Test 1000 mass spectrometer to rapidly screen for COVID or related indicators. So interesting news, new product basically coming out here. They're a new development deal for a new product.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's kind of flop in my opinion. I mean, it does. The key word is partnered. People like that partner, but they're just developing.
For
right?
Sure.
There's nothing really positive. There's nothing groundbreaking, right? And as you can see, it's not reacting too well.
Right, for sure. It's definitely not super strong.
Plus, it doesn't hurt to have a shelf of 20 million right now with 16 left on it.
Okay, yes.
16 million.
A lot of left. Yeah, so this one's not, we'll watch it, but like Mordecai's saying, it's not the ideal one either.
Yeah, and looks like their last offering was an ATM as well.
Okay.
No bueno.
Yeah. Not sketchy, just not something you want to gamble on, I don't think.
Oh no, there's dilution, Scott.
Oh.
The ASTC is like, no dilution. No, there's dilution on this guy.
Oh yeah. If there's fluff, there's usually dilution too.
Yeah.
Thoughts on PayPal? PayPal. For those asking me like larger cap stocks, all I can really say is my view of the company. I can look at the levels and stuff for like PayPal, but I think PayPal's a strong company. Long term, it's going to succeed. What it does short term, I have no idea. It's a nice strong move. We must have had some type of move for PayPal here, but yeah, it's not really my style right now to trade these. I could look up the news real quick, but then I'm just going to move on from this one. All right, so yeah, they said they're going to host. PayPal is getting into the crypto game, which I think is a great move for PayPal. I think that's a smart move if you're PayPal to get into the crypto game. I think it's the next logical step, and so I think that it's a smart move, and I think that I agree with that business move here with PayPal. Not that they really care what I think, but as an investor, I think it's a strong move for sure. But yeah, if we're looking at levels, I guess I'll do this real quick. We can look at $200 is going to be a big level. We're at 210 now, right above that. It's a big, strong whole dollar levels. Got a bunch of confirmed support and resistance on the daily chart. And so if I was watching this one, I'd watch it at like 2, to see what happens. 200 maybe. That's right around the previous closing price as well. And so if I was buying this one long, maybe I'd set that as a risk level, and try to hold it for months plus.
So it could be a monthly call on it.
Right. Yeah, I wouldn't hate that, It's still not my style, so I can't really say for sure. I do like the news though, and as PayPal, like a lot of my payments I get through PayPal, and so I understand the benefits and the flaws of it. Right, the flaws are that it's just high fees. The benefits are that if somebody pays me via PayPal, I can get my money into my bank account within 30 seconds. Which is the ease of use is super good with PayPal. But, it's just about the convenience. Do the fees compensate or more than that and make it less convenient? But, we'll see. Long term, I like it. Short term, have no idea.
Right.
But yeah, the next one I was looking at in the small cap space is, we go over MRIN. This one's falling down too.
This one's no news.
Okay.
Another one with no news.
Man.
6%. I'm sorry, 6 million float. Market cap's 10 million. Short floats under 1%. IO's 26%. They had a 50 million shelf. They've used 13, which is an ATM. And then that leaves them just under 40 million left.
Yeah.
Right. But here's what I can tell you, because actually me and my buddies on my trading group are actually been on a call since like 6:15 this morning market time, and we're actually looking at MRIN. I wasn't able to get into locates, but one of my buddies did, and here was really one thing that really happened. 440s was a really important level. If anybody was up there at that time, there was actually a hidden buyer at that 430s. So on the bid, there was a order for 500 shares, and when you looked at the tape, dude, there was like several orders hitting 430s, and it would not budge. So that tells you that there was actually a hitting buyer on it. And as soon as they gave it up, dude, it has not looked back.
Yeah, man. And honestly, ironically enough, these are some of the ones that I have the best results on with my like little dip buying strategy. But, you know, it's such a scalping strategy that the broader moves are somewhat insignificant. They're not insignificant, but like these are the ones where if we get a push up with the moving average crossover, I'll ride these up to the VWAP, and then a lot of the time it'll even like fail at the VWAP. I think I mentioned you the other day on stream because we talked about how you're shorting into the VWAP, and you know, somebody was like, hey, you should have held that longer, and then it just tanked at the VWAP.
Yeah, no, dude, this is a much better long position if it continues on right now before the open, because you know there's a significant amount of people shorting this right now. Right. So there's a potential short screen or squeeze, I should say. Sure. For me, even if I had the locates, I wouldn't be able to short it right now because there's no meat in the bone. Like, where am I going to short this to, right? So I'd rather wait for a pop into some area resistance and then get short there.
Right, that makes sense. You know, and that's what I'm kind of looking at, the exact opposite. I'm looking for a pop before it tanks. Like, I'm looking at a move up to like 4, maybe. If it depends on what it does before the open. But like, these are usually the ones that serve me really well with the crossover because there's so much extension away from the VWAP, and so like you said, there's not much room to short. And that is usually going to serve me okay as a little push up to the VWAP area, and then that's probably where you would jump in and short it once it hits there. You know, you said it had a small short percentage, right?
Yeah, it's 0.13.
Okay. I'm also looking at NTWK. NTWK. This one, big move, sitting right around $4 now. So yeah, MRIN, no news. This is Marin Software, by the way. Put out second quarter results on the 7th of August, but that's the last real news that came out for that one. Weird, man. You're seeing a lot of these. We're seeing a lot of these.
Yeah, I mean, to me, on the long side, it doesn't look. I'm sorry, on the short side, it doesn't look that good. It has a 31% IO. There is no offerings, no shelf, no type of dilution going on. So this is the type of play that I would stay away.
Right, that makes sense. What else we got? Let's see. So I'm also looking at NTWK. I'm trying to look up the news for this one. The news for this one.
It's gone live with retail platform for a tier 1 German automotive finance company in China.
I mean,
sorry, that's what I meant. What I just mentioned, I thought it was NTWK. My bad.
Oh no, you're good. You're good. That's what I figured actually. But this one, yeah, this one's too much close. It's too close to the VWAP for me. Like, if we're looking at levels, I don't hate like 375. Maybe I think there's a lot of support at 375, and so if I was gonna trade it, 375 would kind of be the line in the sand, and maybe I would attack that range between like 420 and 375. But it's not really my style right now with the crossover. It's a little bit too neutral for me to be interested in it, and you know.
Yeah, I mean, it's I'm not too excited about the shorted here this one either, unless it gets over to like 480s, even up to like 520s, because it's been ping pong in VWAP. It's kind of been uptrending. I need to have a significant pop into area resistance, so 480s to 520s would be a nice area to scale into a short.
Right, and that makes sense. Look for extension. One of my favorite things, and one of the things that new traders should understand is extension. A lot of traders, I always talk about it, like a lot of, AI, thank you very much, King of Calls, for the $5 donation, man. Hey, I really appreciate it. Why don't we do this? Any donation we get today, I'll give it to Mordecai. You know.
No,
as
no,
like a tip.
no, no, no,
Come
no,
on,
no,
as
no,
a
no,
tip.
no, no,
Come
no,
on,
no,
let me tip
no,
you.
no, that goes nothing at all. Just give me a high five, virtual high five.
All right, fair enough, man. But thank you,
Appreciate
King.
it, though.
Yeah, no worries. Hey, thank you, King of Calls. I appreciate the $5
Yeah,
donation.
we'll go over
man.
PLIN here next.
Okay, cool. But yeah, so look, Mordecai went over the news. It could be a legitimate news, but no, overseas, you never really know how much fluff this is, and so we'll watch it, but it's not my favorite one right now. You said which one next?
PLIN, PLIN.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one here, another Chinese company with no news. It's like the thing the last couple of days right now.
Right.
Just under 10 million float, 20 million market cap. Short float is only 2.5%. IO is under 1%, but they do have a 50 million mixed shelf with effect.
Oh man.
So I didn't see a hidden ATM on this one here, which is good. Because they can actually start unloading any moment they want. And then, for me, again, no news. Where does this trade at? This one trades on the NASDAQ. Okay,
Yep.
so it's not as risky, I want to say, for a hold like if it traded AMX or New York Stock Exchange, but it does have potential to actually get halted. Now, what I say, this thing about PLIN, even though it's broken, dude, it's already traded. Let me see, what was the float I just said?
12.5 million is what I'm showing, but you usually have a different one because you actually add the numbers all together.
Yes and no. No, that's a different topic, but this one here, it's already traded its float, rotated its float.
Right.
So that's one thing. This is a lot of attention. This one here, we'll see if this one's going to get pumped. Has potential to get pumped. So it's too low for me on the short side. So you can see it ideally a crossover strategy. This one here, I think it favors that one there for sure. I would love to get it back towards 2, let it top out, and then hit the backside.
Right. And that makes sense. And just to explain this for maybe some of our newbie traders here a little bit. When we say the float is rotated, what we're looking at is we're looking at the total volume today, and then we're looking at the float to see if the entire shares available to trade have been traded today, basically is what we're looking at. And so a really easy way to do that, and that does show strength, that shows a lot of interest and volume into the stock, right? And so you can see the float of this one on my end is 12.5 million, and the volume today is almost 17 million. So it's rotated the float completely, like Mordecai said. And again, that's how you can kind of tell. You just look at the volume today relative to the float of the stock to see if it's been rotated at all. And sometimes
ASTC's been rotated as well, and MRIN is about to be rotated as well.
Yeah, ASTC's been rotated over 2 times. You said, what was the other one?
MRIN.
Okay, yeah, and that one has been almost rotated. It might show mine for that one says 5.26 million and 4.56 million for the volume today, but basically it's
pre-market.
Right, for sure. The bell hasn't rung.
It hasn't started yet.
Yeah, and that's how those are the really interesting ones too. What about WEI? What was the float for that one?
Let me see. I have 35 million. This one here.
Okay, but I have to assume more. See. I don't think so, man, actually, looking at the volume. I was going to say I have to assume this one's float's been rotated, but maybe not. I don't see the volume today for this one, but...
No. It's done deal, man.
Yeah, it's over with.
This one here.
It's super weak, and especially, I'm a big previous closing price trader, and so I look at that previous closing price just because I think it's a super influential level for a lot of these stocks. It's the level where the stock goes from red to green on the day, and so with that, not just day traders are watching it. There's investors, there's all these different people that are watching the previous closing price level, and so this one being below that after putting in such a huge move, aside from all the other technical aspects of the weakness, it just looks really weak. But yeah, we'll come back to that one, maybe see what happens. VOC is another one I was kind of keeping an eye on. But not enough volume.
No, and for me, it's just my style. Everybody's very different, but it's an oil and gas ticker. So anytime for me is like attached to some type of commodity, I just don't like those, right? On the short side, you can I'm not saying there's not a play, it just doesn't fit my process.
It's a little bit more risky because the underlying asset can have different fundamental and technical catalysts that you can't predict as easily, right? And I think that gives it a little bit more risk for me, especially trading these. What else do we have? I'm looking at CPHI. You got anything? Oh, you got anything that you want to take a look at that we haven't gone over yet?
No, I think we hit every single one.
Right.
There's only a few that I was really popping that was significant for me to look at. And a plan, ASTC, MRIN. I did see FRSX pop up earlier. I did not get a chance to look at that one at all.
Yeah, this one has 23 million in the float, only about 2.34 million shares traded today, lower volume. Let me see if it has a catalyst. I saw this one the other day too.
Something COVID related.
Yeah. So this one, they're going to launch a COVID symptom detection solution in Japan at CCAT, which I guess is like a conference, 2020 exhibition on the 21st, which is starting today through the 23rd. So I see these conference catalysts. They're usually kind of weak. They don't usually end up doing too much, but it's hard to tell because this is an overseas conference. But one of these, people could watch the conference to see. A lot of what will happen here is that people end up watching the conference, waiting for the actual kind of like section of where Foresight in this instance would be speaking and debuting something, and then that might, if it's during market hours, that might cause a little bump or decline in the stock depending on if people feel strong or weak from it.
And just a quick note, ASTC is getting pumped. Again, it's a nasty volume coming into it right now.
Oh my gosh, see, this is so weird. Sorry, I don't mean to change the subject, but for my comment section, good supportive messages are censored here. Like Richard Judge says, listen to this, Mordecai. Richard Judge says, good morning, everyone. Happy trading. Hit the like button. Hulk smash the like button, guys. YouTube censored. What?
Is it because it's capitalized?
Maybe, but that's possible,
Yeah, it's
actually.
funny.
Bubba, because Bubba said, give this man a thumbs up and I will get naked. I mean, that's actually plausible. Plausible that
I don't know if I want that.
Right.
Maybe he does it off camera. That's cool.
Right. That might be a standard censor here, But I appreciate the support, team. Yeah.
Yep.
Which one did you say was getting pumped up?
ASTC.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Pushing over 5, trying to push over 5. Interesting. And this is one of the, I mean, this one has good volume. What's the float? Yeah, this one's float's been rotated almost 3 times now. So a lot of eyes on this one, certainly.
Right. Yeah, and I know I circle back to tie off FRSX. One of the things I always talk to anybody I do my one-on-ones with is like, if you're looking to go long on any of these small caps, make sure you got like a clean sheet. And what I mean by that is make sure that there's no type of offerings, right? So when I look at this one here, FRSX has a 50 million float. They've used it, shelf. They used several over the last couple of years. They have 28 million left. Now here's the interesting part. They have 4.8 million in the bank, basically cash. Their monthly burn rate is just under $1 million. They've used already 9.7 million of it. So basically they're out of cash.
Right.
So their revenues are basically non-existent. So the only way they can make money is through offerings. Yeah. So if you kind of put those pieces of the puzzle together, is this something you want to ride out for the next couple of months? Absolutely not. There's easier plays out there. So if you want to make stress-free trades and make your life easier trading, I would avoid this on the long side.
For sure. And I hope you guys see how he's making these decisions and how he's using the entire picture of the stock, not just a random YouTube video that he said that he saw that said the stock was strong, not just the technicals, but the entire kind of overarching theme of the stock, right? He's looking into the shelf offerings. He's looking into how much money the company has relative to, if they have offerings available. He's looking at the catalyst, the technicals, all of that to make an informed trade decision. And I think that's a really good lesson on kind of building a trading plan and like understanding what you're getting into, especially if you're going to hold the stock over 24 hours, especially if you're planning on that.
Absolutely. I mean, and that's the thing is like, I do get questions, and I'm sure you do too, John. Like, oh my gosh, there's so many tickers flying in the morning. What do I trade?
Right.
Well, I mean, it's easy. If you have a trade criteria, and you follow that criteria, then like for an example, if RSX, that wouldn't even be on my plan to trade or on my watch list to trade because it doesn't fit it if I want to go long. So I want to make sure that I don't see no red flags. I don't want to see no type of dilution, nothing. Boom, that's the type of ticker I want to focus. And if you don't see it, guess what? You don't trade.
Right, walk away.
Just because you're at the desk doesn't mean you have to trade.
Right.
You only trade when you have an edge.
Oh, for sure. And it's super difficult for me as a YouTuber because I get people all the time in here
Right.
that are like I traded one time yesterday. I traded one trade, green trade.
Oh, no way.
Very green trade. No losses yesterday, one green trade. And still, I had people say, John, you're missing moves. What are you doing?
Yep.
Why aren't you trading? I'm sitting there like, it's just not my strategy. It's just not my style. Like, I haven't lost. I haven't lost with my crossover strategy. And the last time I lost was not last week, but the week before on Wednesday. Whenever I was frustrated from, the big squeeze I got caught in that I talked to you about. That was the last time I lost. That wasn't the last time I lost. That was the last time I ended red on any day. So I'm not going to give up that system and trade some other system from some random guy in the YouTube chat.
Exactly. I mean, one of the things my mentor told me is asked him like, what is that defining skill set or tangible attribute that a consistently profitable trader has over the rest? And he's like, there's two things: patience and discipline.
100%.
If you have that, then that's how you're going to excel.
For sure.
And that's the most difficult thing to do.
Oh, that's what I was just about to say. It's so difficult because it's like if you're a trader, right? You get some people get up hours and hours, before I do, for instance, and they're just prepping, they're doing everything, which is great. But it's super hard to do all of that prep work and then not take a trade. It's very difficult, but it's necessary. It's a skill that you got to learn and kind of condition yourself to follow, because if you just jump into trades because you get bored, it's going to take a toll on your account for sure. And I think everybody's done it, but It happens. But it's tough. It's a tough thing to learn. But you take one or two losses from boredom trades, you'll learn.
Right. NTWK is moving lower with some volume as well.
Let's see. Oh yeah, breaking under that.
TGC actually popped as well. I missed that one. Tango Golf Charlie.
Okay. Oh wow, yeah, I didn't see that one either. Interesting. Let me see if we can find some info. Okay, so yeah, 17.5 million float roughly. That's got to be thousands.
I mean, it has
right?
some news. Yeah, it has some news on it today. They have some type of all stock deal.
Okay.
It's a merger agreement. Okay, so again, short side. Like, I don't trade mergers. I don't I don't like mergers.
Makes sense.
When I look at the filings, there is no dilution, nothing at all. They have a 52% institutional ownership. They have basically they have their monthly burn rate is 69,000. They have 2.4 million in the bank. So it's going to take them 35 months. Yes, 35 months to burn out through that cash currently. Right. So yeah, this is not something I will short.
Yeah, this is a real company,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, like a lot of these. Sorry, go ahead.
No, sorry. I mean, that's how you build your watch list, right? So you kind of put those pieces together. Okay, cool. I'm going to focus on TGC because I like to go long. I'm not going to look at MRIN because it doesn't fit any of the stuff that I like to trade with.
For sure. And a lot of penny stocks is just finding these real companies that are still in the penny stock land, because more than half of these companies, we're not saying they're not real companies, but they're not profitable in certainly, and they're definitely not, long-term success companies. But yeah, so this one looks strong too. Like decent volume. Making some moves.
Han Solo. Close your eyes and press the buy button.
Right. And see, it's ironic because
strategy.
even with it looking strong, I'm not going to touch it. I can just tell by how it moves.
Don't chase it.
It's too high.
Wait for it to get to your level. Let the trade come to you.
Right, for sure. What else we got? I'm still looking at CPHI is one, VOC is another one, and then I know you mostly don't trade these super cheap stocks, but sometimes I'll look at these as well. Like LLIT, RIOT is moving a little bit, but see, I remember Riot from when it was in the crypto game. Somebody told me it was a some other EV play. Maybe that was MARA, or maybe it was DPW. But you got these companies that just go from hype to hype to hype. You know, they go from Bitcoin to COVID vaccines to EV, whatever the hyped up sector is. They're jumping into that market. Let me see.
Yeah, another thing to know is also look to see like where the money is flowing. Just looking at pre-market, you know, MRIN was the first one to run. Once it started dying, then PLIN was starting, the money started flowing there, and then that started dying. ASTC started ripping again. So that's another thing you need to pay attention. Like once you see the money, if you like to go long and like to trade that momentum, see, you know, where the money's going to flow next. Because if you're a ticker that you're looking at just dying off, look to see where the money's going to flow, because you see it every single day how it shifts, especially in a small cap, from one ticker to the next to the next.
Yeah, for sure. Especially with like small floats, it's so much more pronounced of moves. You can see somebody say, okay, well they're out of MRIN, now they're jumping into ASTC now, and you know, interesting to watch how the money flows in and out. I might go over the main market news real quick.
Go ahead.
So I'm gonna go look at the SPY. I've been trading futures a little bit more as well. Futures is fun, man. You ever thought about trading futures?
Oh my gosh, back in the day I did. I suck at it. Those pips got me, man. Those pips got me.
It's so different. It's so different. The share sizing is so different. That's what, like, I lost one account on this top step thing, but the share sizing is so different being contracts, right? So you go by ticks and contracts. It's a different universe to me, you know.
Yeah,
but,
it is.
But it's not bad. Like, if you know how to trade the market itself, it's really not bad. But yeah, so this is from MT Newswire's team. It's just reviewing the overall market. It's the ETF preview. It says, quote, stock futures were mixed to lower as concerns that a bipartisan fiscal stimulus package could be signed before the November 3rd presidential election loomed once again, even after President Trump said Tuesday that he is ready to sign a deal worth more than $2.2 trillion that the House of Reps Speaker Nancy Pelosi proposed. In economic data news, the Energy Info Administration is going to release its weekly petroleum inventories in the U.S. at 10:30 Eastern. And so understand that, guys, that might affect the market. That's going to be an hour after the open. The U.S. Beige Book, which is produced about 2 weeks before the Fed Open Market Committee's policy meeting, is going to be out at 2 p.m. Eastern as well. To look at some other stuff, Netflix fell after it reported late Tuesday third quarter diluted EPS of 174. It's up from 147 in the year ago quarter, but it missed the 214 consensus estimate of analysts polled by Capital IQ. We also have Interactive Brokers reported third quarter adjusted EPS of 53 cents profit compared with 57 cents a year earlier. They projected 55 cents, and so a little bit worse than expected and a little bit worse than last year for IB, with the symbol as IBKR. That one is kind of trade related, interesting. And then we have commodities. So crude is down roughly 2%. The U.S. Oil Fund is down 1%. Natural gas is up 2%. The U.S. Natural Gas Fund is around 2% higher. Gold is up 0.4%. The Spider Gold Trust is up 0.5%. Silver is down 0.6%. And the iShares Silver Trust is up over 1%. And so that's the market news. I know for futures specifically, I have to be flat at the opening bell. So if you are in the Top Step combine or the funded accounts with Top Step like I am, you do have to be flat at the opening bell this morning. I remember. Let me see exactly why. I know something is coming out around then. Let me see. Okay, so here it is. So here is so crude oil inventory is coming out at 9:30 Eastern. But that might actually be 9:30 my time. I wonder if this goes by. Yeah, this must actually go by my own time. Let me check real quick. It's got to be my own time, I think.
And while you check that, if I got John, just to let you know, I did get a chance to talk to Bao and a couple of people from MIC, and they know about my affiliation with your group here.
Yeah.
So I go by two-way. That's my actual real handle.
Okay.
In most of the other places. So just wanted to mention that. Second is, if I missed a question, I think Bobby, I was just scrolling up while you're going through that stuff. You asked where did you find all those info about the clean sheet? Well, first off, if I missed a question, please go ahead and put it back in the chat. So I don't have to scroll back up. Second is the easiest place to look at that stuff there. It's going to be BAMSEC. And I'll post a link to that.
Yeah, he showed me. See, I had, you know, even myself had my own kind of like one-on-one with two-way, and he just showed me a lot of great stuff, and this is one of those resources that he showed me for traders.
Right. BAMSEC is a free website, and it's basically, it pulls all the SEC filings into one particular website, and it's easier to look at, because if you just go right into SEC Edgar, it is like a cluster, like you don't know where to start off of. With BAMSEC, it actually categorizes by the different types of filings, and then you'll be able to go to strictly to the, you know, the Q4s, or the 10Qs, the 424s, the S1s, or whatever do you look for. So that's where I get a lot of my infos. You can do quick calculations if you wanted to, on the burn rate and the cash flow and all that by looking at the 10Qs.
Yeah, I'll post the BAMSEC link here real quick just so y'all can see the resource. Let me see. Yeah, there you go. That's the name of the website, George. There's the link right there.
I used to be able to post links, not anymore, huh?
Well, I think I just changed the settings for everybody. I can make you a mod, and I probably should. I know Scott's a mod. Scott's still a mod, so Scott.
I know he's a mod, and I'm not. That guy's been AWOL for like months.
Yeah. Hey, I'll make you a mod. I got you. Here, let me see. Did you say something? There you are. Okay, yeah, I'll make you a mod right now. You are now a mod, sir.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, you can post your own links. You can post. I think you can use our coveted emojis too. Maybe not. You know.
No worries.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite things. They added emojis. I can just put my face up in the YouTube chat. But yeah, the overall market is pretty break even today. So I also checked to see when that crude oil inventories report's coming out. It's coming out an hour after the bell. So they've actually calculated it with my time. I'm in Central Time, so market opens up at 8:30 for me. So that's the crude oil inventory report is coming out an hour after that. So it's gonna be an hour after the bell. So 10:30 market time. Y'all giving out free game? Yeah, for sure. That's what we do here.
So we got 15 minutes to the bell, right? So typically by 15 minutes to the bell, I do my final plans. Okay. So I know on my watch today is PLIN. It's really gapping really low, well over VWAP. It's trading around 120s. Right. So from the short side, I know this is probably going to coincide with your plans anyways here, John. But ideally, I get a pop towards VWAP 170 to get short on, right? That's my plan on that one there. ASTC is still getting pumped. So I'm just going to put this in a side burner until I see there's an opportunity or there's an edge for me. So I'm not looking to trade it at the open. MRIN, same thing. It gave up that. I remember that 430s level was really key area. Then there was a lot of heavy buy-in at 350s that gave up as well. So I'm looking at 350 VWAP to get short into this one here. And then NTWK gave up 380s. It's a clear support of that area. So I would say VWAP up to 420s would be my areas to get short on this one.
Nice. Yeah, see, I'm for PLIN and MRIN. I might look for the crossover. We'll see for MRIN, but PLIN, I think I certainly will look for it. It just depends. All of these I'm selling way before the VWAP, especially like NTWK maybe, but probably not for me as well. And that's really about it. I mean, there's nothing else that somebody else mentioned. Nothing's holding today. Y'all are right. Yeah. Nothing holds.
No,
nothing has been.
Right, and sometimes there are days like I don't see nothing in the open, for right? Sure. So I just kind of sit in my hands, and that's where that discipline, patient kicks in, and then look to see like what is running later on in the afternoon. Right. Sure. I know there's for me in a short side, there's a couple of hours in the day that I have an edge with, so I just wait and buy my time to see if there's an opportunity. But if I don't take a trade, which has happened several times, I'm still green. I mean, I'm still cash. That's a position, right?
Right, for sure. Yeah, no position is a position, and sometimes it's the right position. Right. It's the hardest thing to do as a trader, but like I said, I traded once yesterday, and this week I think has been a little bit slow. A lot of days so far this week. I think yesterday and Monday were both pretty slow days. There hasn't been a ton setting up for me specifically. I mean, there's been some moves, but from my strategies as well, it's just been a little dull and slow. So I got about 2 I'm watching right now, and I can hope they set up. And we always have the possibility of, for me, one of my other strategies is looking for the drop at the open. So like sometimes we'll see a drop and then a reversal and a red to green move simultaneous to the crossover, and that'll give it a little bit more momentum that I can scalp in and out. But hopefully we get something today. But if not, like Mordecai said, sometimes no position is a position, and I'll take that if I have to.
Yeah, I mean, I think too, if you like to go long, one thing that I've noticed here in this market recently, a lot of these gaps have been fading and they don't really run. Very few and far between have actually held its gains or ran after the opening bell. So there's 2 things you can do if you like to go long. Wait a little bit to see if any of these ones that kind of tanked, that had a lot of shorts in it, got squeezed out, reclaim VWAP, boom, you have an opportunity there to kind of push towards highs. Or just wait for if there's something that pops up in the radar and one of your scanners that you use.
For sure. Yeah, and you talked to me about how the 1030 reclaim was like a really, really strong move because 1030.
I did.
It's slow time, so
I did. Okay.
But no. And what I was saying is that I kind of brought it up, and I think that a lot of the time I'm watching the VWAP so well I'm watching the VWAP so often that a lot of these stocks are just not going to make it over the VWAP. And it's one of the reasons for my crossover strategy that I just unload at the VWAP most of the time. But no, that's why I unload at the VWAP, and the VWAP is a resistance area that people don't understand a significant amount of the time. But hopefully we get something today because it has been slow. I took 1 trade yesterday. I made $15. $15. And so hopefully I can make over $15 again. But honestly, people make fun of me for making $15 gains, but I'll take them. $15 day is better than a $0 day, and it's certainly better than a losing day.
Yeah, I mean, listen, this is just my take. I mean, who am I? But this is my take. But to me, at the end of the day, it's really not about your P&L. It's more about how you trade it. I mean, yesterday, to give you an example, a couple of my buddies traded CBLI. I freaking lost big on that one. I actually got squeezed on it yesterday, right? So I was pissed at my P&L, obviously. But my 2 buddies who I traded with, they got reamed pretty hard in the front side on CBLI. They were both able to make money afterwards, but boy, were they spent by the end of the day, right? So, were they happy about their trading? Absolutely not. So that's the thing, is that you need to focus on your trading, because you trade well and you get your great entries, you get your great exits, you get your great stops. The only thing you need to change at that point is your size. You start increasing it little by little from there, because if you trade well, then profits will come. It's not just about P&L. It's all about how you trade.
Right, for sure. Because even if you end red, or even if you end green, but you risked so much money just to end green, is it really worth it? I don't think it is. And I think a lot of people, and especially me, I thank you for all the subs today. We got a ton of new subs today, so thank you guys. Awesome. I definitely appreciate all the love, team. But yeah, it's, a lot of people, they risk so much just to end green that it's not worth it. And while they may be green a majority of the time, when they're finally red, it's big and it overcompensates for the green days plus, and I think that's something that traders have to understand as well, which is that it's not just, a green streak can be great, but if your losing days are worse than your green streak, it doesn't matter. It doesn't mean anything. And I think that comes to, especially like if you just average down, that's how that happens, is that you might be green a majority of the time, you might have high accuracy, but when you lose, it's going to be big. You ever heard of the martingale roulette strategy?
No.
It's basically you double your bet until you win, right? And so to lose, you would have to lose 6 times in a row. just to lose, which is highly unlikely, but it's very similar to trading in that when you finally lose, you lose your whole stack.
Right. All right. So I've seen a couple people ask about WEI, and what we think.
Oh yeah.
Here's what I can just say. All right. You've heard the term buy the rumor, sell the news, right? So this one gapped up yesterday with no news. It ran with no news. Today, technically, when we look at it, there is still no news when it opened up. But the way I look at it, yeah, there is news. WEI came out and says, we have no idea why this is running.
Right.
So that's news to me. That's news to me. So there's no reason why fundamentally you look at this, the company, it's not the best, right? So if the company's telling you we have no idea why this is running, why in the heck do you want to put your hard-earned money in there and gamble?
Right.
Go ahead and trade it. By all means, go ahead and do that. But where's your edge?
Right.
You need to ask you a question. Where's your edge on this?
For sure. That is certainly an influential release, and that's probably going to affect this stock more than a real catalyst, and so not a real catalyst, but a real news release. And honestly, like you said, I've been seeing the same exact type of thing where a stock goes kind of parabolic, fails. And then, the stock goes parabolic. The company comes out saying, "I don't know why this is moving," and then back down. What was the other one? We saw another one earlier this week. Chat might be able to help me with this, but we saw another one just like this. It pumped up. The company came out saying, "We have no idea why it's up," and then it failed. I can't remember what it was.
I'll tell you. Arcom was one that happened recently.
Yeah, that might
ITRM happened recently.
I think that was it.
CCNC happened at KXIN. Dude, I keep a track of this.
Oh yeah, those are them too, for sure. I remember
and
CCNC.
then DM for a while. Yep. Mm-hmm.
That was a really shady move for CCNC. I remember that. That opening bell move, this move right here. I avoided it this time, but I had a few people that got stuck in this move.
Hold on, let me make that bigger. Which one is this one again?
CCNC.
Oh yeah.
Look at the opening move on the 19th, man. That thing went up.
Yeah.
Those are what you're shorting into, though, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's. I didn't get into this one here. The locates were hard to locate, but the other one, I think Retcha just said MDLY. Yeah, that's another one too.
Yeah.
And I felt bad because that one had a stuffed candle at the open, and one of my buddies actually went long on it, and the other one went short. Oh. And this is again, I think it traded with the New York Stock Exchange. They halted it due to volatility, but they were quote unquote under investigation again as to why, because they had no news either.
Right.
And my buddy who went long even called MDLY's headquarters and they wouldn't respond.
Oh yeah.
And so they came back and said later on, say, yeah, we have no idea why it's running, and then dump.
Oh yeah.
So again,
go ahead.
If you're seeing these running with no news, be extra careful on the long side if you're looking to go long. If you're shorting, short really small, I would say, if you're unfamiliar, and then test out your theory.
Right. And because these are a perfect example of stocks where it's like you might catch this move on the upside and profit a majority of the time, but you get stuck in this, it's going to be a huge drawdown. And I remember we had a lot of people mad. They were stuck in this hole.
My God.
We had so many people that came out saying, "What the heck is going on? What the heck is going on?" And
exactly.
Man.
And that's the thing. They were like, well, you know what? I need to move on to big caps because it's guaranteed. No, you need to know what you're trading. Just because you see an alert somewhere else doesn't mean you just, just like somebody else said, just buy and hope and see what happens. Right. I always look, my process is to go to finviz.com because that's where everybody goes. And I do my due diligence. Right. And the more you do that, it literally takes me a couple minutes to do all of my homework before I start looking for my levels, right, and making a trade. So you have to do that.
Yeah, it becomes second nature after you start do it a little bit. Like it's a lot of trading is just conditioning. You're just doing the right things and repeating the right things until it becomes a little bit more second nature. And with anything you want to learn how to do and any good habits you want to set, you're just gonna have to repeat them enough until they become a habit.
Yeah. Last thing, TGC has a nice reversal with some volume. So that dip is getting lower. That's what I'm seeing here on the 1 minute chart. So this is just pure technical analysis for me. This is more of a nail and bail trade, just based on analysis that we talked about earlier. This I'll be interested on. They push like a really nice stuff towards 4.
Which
trigger one? Any of the TGC.
Oh yeah, TGC. Okay.
TGC. It had a nice breakdown with some volume there. Is now, it was following trend for a break towards 4. Now that kind of gave that up. So I'm looking for nice stuff towards 380s, ideally like a nice quick wick over 4 and slam back down to get short with volume. That would be ideal.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and this one not bad. The volume's certainly getting up there, but it's still, in order for me to trade this one, it would need to drop down to like 265 at the open and then reverse and break highs and do a lot of stuff. So, which is unlikely, I think, in this instance. But we'll see for that one. For me,
so Daniel has a question for you here right before the open.
Sure. Let's see. Hey, John and friend, if you see a pre-market pump dump, is the crossover play still a good play? It depends on the levels. It really depends. Like a lot of the time, I'm dip buying some of these pump and dumps, but it really just depends on the level. The big thing is that it needs to be extended away from the VWAP. Like there needs to be some distance between like the stock and the VWAP, because if there's not, it's gonna get hammered at the VWAP a ton. And so that's the biggest thing. It also is just going to depend on the support levels underneath this. But they're still in place sometimes. It just depends on what it looks like. Like, am I going to try it on WEI? Hell no. Maybe MRIN, and really, I guess it's subjective, but it depends on what you classify as a pump and dump.
Right.
Maybe MRIN, maybe PLIN, but we'll see. Let's see. We got 20 seconds, team. To the
All right, guys. Best of luck, everyone. I need to jump on and get on my other call.
Hey, yeah, but if you wanna post any links, go ahead.
I'll post it right now.
Okay, yeah, y'all go check out the link. He is a, also an affiliate or a member of.
Not an affiliate, just I'm a lifetime member with these guys, right. So everything I learn is right here.
Right, for sure. And great group of traders, talented traders. They know a lot of great info for traders to take advantage of, and just a really great group of traders. So he's going to post that link. And yeah, y'all go check it out. Thank Mordecai for being here.
All right, guys. See ya.
Later, man. All right, guys. There's the opening bell. But yeah, y'all go check them out. I think that it's My Investing Club. Super talented traders, really profitable. I've heard about them for a long time as well. And so they've got some free content on their YouTube channel that you can go check out. I'm sure he's about to post that link. But yeah, y'all go sub to their channel, go check it out. TGC is we're getting a little bit of a pop here. Let me see if we can find anything. I'm also looking at that crossover setup if we can get it. PLIN as well here. STAF is dropping some. Looking at the scanners, TGC is the big one though. I mean, it's just got a huge range in this first candle at the open. I'm kind of looking at NTWK as well here. Wait, what? I don't know why my internet just died and came back, so we're back now. That was weird. So we are back. Alright guys, let's do this. Yeah, TGC ripping up here. I think it's halted now at 360s, or no, it's not halted yet. Look at TGC, guys. Huge moves. NTWK is also another one I'm watching. NTWK. We're looking at VOC here as well, but MRIN is kind of my favorite one. It just depends on if we're going to get that extension. I would look at PLIN, but the crossover hasn't set up for it yet. We are getting some weakness, though, so we're keeping an eye on that. But TGC is the biggest move right now, followed by NTWK. And so what I might do here is I might start to kind of front load a little bit into this and then use one of these lows over here as my risk. It's just a big range here, so we're going to jump in with like 30 shares, 40 shares maybe. If we can get a pullback real quick. There's a pullback. Nothing yet. No fill. I have to get the buy ask here. I don't know why it's not there. see if we can buy the asking price here. All right, so we're in with 40 shares here of NTWK. It's a very small position, and we'll add some more into it if it can break this level here. So we got the nice little squeeze. I'm also looking at MRIN for one of these reversals. ASTC, guys. ASTC showing up on the scans. ASTC. Not really my strategy for ASTC. A little bit high for me. But we are ripping up, breaking highs, pulling a red to green move there. I'll probably jump out of this one fast if I have to. Level 2 is getting a little bit of support coming in, it looks like. ASTC go though, guys. Look at ASTC, red to green move. The other one I'm really watching is MRIN. ASTC hammering up, guys. Looking very, very strong. ASTC, look at that. Yeah, we're gonna get out of this. All right, 460 loss. Just, you know, negligible loss. Insignificant for the most part. Which is why I wanted to kind of front load into it a little bit and get in early just in case we got that. JFU starting to squeeze up. CAN. CAN might be breaking that pre-market high, but ASTC here is really pushing up. We get a little dip down to 5. I might scalp some in and out really quick here. Maybe. We'll see. All right, we are in with 40 shares here. All right, we're getting a little bit of a squeeze up. I might add a little bit more if I can. If we get a break over 550 here. There's 40s battling 40s here. We need to over 550. We're about break even, so we can, you know, get out of this one if we really need to, or we can add into this little dip here. All right, so we are in with 60 shares now. Getting a little bit of a drop certainly here. I gotta get out. We're out. $20 loss there. I think I kept that one about as small as I could. And we might actually bounce here at $5, but it's just not what I'm really looking for. And so, you know, small loss. We're trying to increase our size a little bit, so pretty small, but obviously not what I love. Again, though, the green streak's got to end sometime. I just need to keep my... I just need to be careful and not force too much here. The other one I'm really looking at is MRIN. I think ASTC was not a forced trade, but I think it was one of those ones that we talked about this morning where it wasn't an A+, certainly. Hey, we got over 400 people in here, guys. I'm glad you guys like Mordecai, man. Mordecai has been, or two-way now. Mordecai has been like a really supportive member of our Discord and just the group here. Like, I've known that dude for years now, you know, and he's always been a supportive guy. He's always been super helpful and just a really good trader. He's a professional trader. And so for all those wondering, if you don't know our Discord and you're wondering who Two-Way is, or Mordecai, or whatever you want to call him, he's a pro trader. Like, that's what he does. And so super talented trader, and a lot of gold nuggets that he kind of, you know, drops us on a daily basis, specifically with like research mostly is what he tries to teach us, because there's some other stuff that you know, that is a little bit more proprietary to certain things that he's not going to teach you guys. But with research specifically, you know, he's going to give you guys some great info that'll help you avoid some of these drawdowns. All right, so I've had 2 losses today. I'm down like 20, 25 bucks. I'm going to slow it down, certainly. You know, I'm not going to force too much right now. I'm looking at MRIN to see if we get anything, but I'm not super, you know, anxious about it right now. So we'll see what we get.
How to keep the healing.
Loud. Wait, can y'all hear? Alright, there we go. Oh, sorry, I've been messing with the music team, so my bad, guys. I'm also... Alright, I am in ASTC here. Alright, I'm in with 50 shares now. I've already taken a little bit of profit. We're gonna see if we get a big move here. 5s, 11s, 12s. There's 14s, so we're starting to get up there. 15s. I'm trying to be patient with this. I've already taken a little bit of profit here, but I can't let this one really fall under $5. I just want to see it hold here and start to squeeze up. 14s, 15s, there we go. There's a surge. I might actually take 25 shares off of this, enter. Alright, so I'm doing this right. I'm holding 25 shares left. We've made most of our money back here, and I can hold this 25 shares to see if we get a big surge up, maybe a halt to get stuck in, if we, can. But I'm up to 30s. Alright, so we're out. So yeah, we made about $15 from ASTC. My bad if the volume is all whack, guys. I've been trying to mess with it because whenever I bring anybody in Zoom, I have to turn the music volume all the way down and then the sound volume all the way up. Wait, okay, I realized I did it wrong here. Okay. Oh man, it's a mess. Sorry guys, we're back. Alright, sorry guys, we're back. Man, sorry, I think I chased half the people away. Yeah, I know guys, I fixed it. Man, I got out of ASTC a little bit too early. But we're green. Or we made some money on that last trade, so I can't be too upset. So yeah, we are down like $10 today. I'm looking at a possible 1-minute pullback here for ASTC, but I don't want to chase it either. I like this 550 level though. There's 550s. Alright, I'm in with another 25 shares here. We're going to see if we get the 1-minute pullback that we can pile into. There's the rip. Let's see if we can hold up here. I want to make a $6 test is really what we want to see. There we go. Alright, so I got out. Look at that. Alright, so I'm green on ASTC. Scalping the 25 cent or the 25 share position. But ASTC is starting to rip. So a little scalp there. Kind of a whirlwind of a day, but we're fighting our way back and we got it. We're still down slightly on the day, slightly. And hey, I appreciate all the new subs today. We really did get a bunch of new subs today, so thank you guys. But we fought our way back here. Look at this drop. I might want to buy into this drop if we can. I think we're going to get a bounce here. Let's see. Do I want to buy into this drop? It's a nice drop down to the $0.50 level. Problem is it sometimes can get halted right here. Yeah. I don't mind the dip to the $0.50. I think we're going to get a bounce back up to 560s, but maybe I'm wrong. Okay, we're getting squeezed now. So yeah, I ain't touching this one. We're still looking at MRIN. My latest one, Daniel, no losing days yet. I'm up about $600 on it. MFH. Hey, that's right. What's up, Dominic? Yeah, ASTC is getting hammered. I almost dip bought it, but I'm glad I didn't because this would have been catastrophic. And it kind of goes to show dip buying it there is not my system. But everything's tanking down here, team. SGBX, Alina, I got you. Here, let's pull it up. This? SGBX? This? I mean, no offense to you, Alina, but this is just dull to me. There's no volume, you know? Barely moved in pre-market. It's got a range the entire day so far of, like 6 cents, 7 cents, you know? Just not really my style. No offense. I'm not saying it's bad, but it's just not my style. MOGO starting to rip over though. Look at MOGO, Mogo, JFU. Yeah, we got a Discord. All right, so ASTC starting to move back up. I'm also looking at JFU here. And for my crossover play, nothing is really in play. I mean, I've made, I lost $20. I made $20 back, or $15. Or no, $20. So I lost $20. I made $20 back. And now nothing, just everything's kind of dull. I mean, I think $5 is such a massive support level here for ASTC. It's not a massive support level. It's a massive level that you need to watch. I'm not even going to say it's going to hold over $5, but I think $5 is a huge influential level right now for this stock. And so we can watch that range. Over 550, I think is going to make this one pop. So watch it moving towards 550. If it breaks 550 and specifically like 555, where this confirmed level is right here, 557, I think this thing's going to pop if it breaks it. And so watch this one. Very volatile right now. I think this is the one that had the float rotated multiple times today, just in pre-market alone. And so this thing is getting millions and millions of shares traded. ASTC is a big move, so keep an eye on that team. Again, though, watch it over 550. What's up, Steven? TGC? Yeah, I'm looking at PLIN. We just need I don't hate it for the crossover, but the time frame for it's a little bit late, you know. Like, I'm gonna trade penny stock some more, but we just need I gotta wait for them right now, and everything's down. Like, nothing held today, like Two Way said. Yeah, MOGO is just ripping up. It's one of those moves where there's no entry here. I need a dip for a pullback as an entry, and there's just nothing. And at this point, it's a little extended for MOGO. Float of 18 million though. And listen, if I have to end today red, and my first red day in 2 weeks is, yeah, I lost exactly 2 weeks ago. So I've been on a 2-week green streak. I have not lost on a daily basis. So like at the end, I have not ended red for 2 weeks so far. And if I have to break that green streak with a $4 or $5 loss like it is right now, then that's okay, because I think I'm down. Let me see. Yeah, I am down $4.59 today, which is okay. You know, it's close enough. TGC. Oof, TGC is certainly fighting back here. We are getting the crossover, but it's a little bit, I don't know. Like, I would need like a dip here, and then what's the range? The range isn't too bad. I would need like a dip here, and then load a little bit into this dip. Let me see. 28s, 27s, 21s, 24s. No fill. Oh, I did get filled. What? It filled me 5 shares. Wow. Oh my gosh, that's the most frustrating thing ever, man. I got filled 5 shares, team. Literally 5 shares. What do I do here? I mean, 5 shares is up $2. I literally got filled 5 shares and I'm up now. Alright, there's 25 shares. Alright, we're trying. 69, 70s. Boom. We're fighting. Struggling. I'm about to get out. Just one more second here. 60s, 70s. Struggling. This thing is just going back and forth. We're out. Oh, I'm still holding 5 shares? Weird. It sucks because the trade was a beautiful trade. I mean, I got into exactly the right level the first time, and you know, just not what I wanted. I'm holding 5 shares left. I mean, it's frustrating because this was a beautiful scalp, and I just didn't get filled. It's alright, but there's no fill there. And I gotta be careful here with 5 shares even, just because the range is so big. Oh, yeah, we're gonna get out there. So $8 loss. It could have been worse, to be honest. But frustrating because ideally, I tried to get in right here, man. I tried to get in right here, and I only got filled with, what, 5 shares? And so it could have been a beautiful rip up from 20s all the way up to 70s, and it would have been a huge win. You know, if I would have gotten filled there, it would have been like 30, 40 bucks, and, you know, unfortunately, I just didn't get filled. And it's all right. I mean, I'm losing here, but, you know, it could have been worse. So, optimism, they say. Yeah, I'll be all right. I'm looking at PLIN, looking at ASTC still, but it's tanking down. ASTC looks very, very weak. JFU. I mean, I'm alright. Like I said, I haven't lost in 2 weeks on Thinkorswim, and so regardless of the platform or the fails or anything like that, it's been a very successful 2 weeks, and you know, I'm down $12 today, so I'll be alright. NEOS showing up. NEOS showing up, ripping up, making some big moves. We also have DS showing up on our scanners. DS here. I'm also looking at MRIN. NEOS making a huge move. Excuse me. But yeah, huge move for NEOS. Testing 1 2 3. Okay, my voice is back. TGC, guys, TGC. Here it goes. So yeah, you know, that is not where I wanted to get in. I'm probably gonna have to add some more here on a dip if we can, maybe down to this 380 level. See if we're gonna get filled. Nothing. we halted? We are halted, I believe. No? Let's try to... Alright, we're failed 10 shares. Gonna add maybe another 10 here if we can get a dip. Looking for a 1 minute pullback. Strength. There's the squeeze. $23s. Alright, well, not a bad little 10 share position, but not what I wanted ideally here. But I missed out on so much gain. I was trying to buy 25 shares way down here, and I just didn't get filled. It's alright. PLIN might be about to cross over, so I might just bail out of this and figure something else out. There you go. Yeah, we're just gonna bail out of that. So that was a pretty small loss. We're still down like 12, 15 bucks. I'm looking at PLIN though. We're starting to get a reversal here. Also looking at MRIN. And I'm gonna watch TGC, but you know, we'll see. Huge pullback here. So the trade idea was correct. I just didn't get a fill, unfortunately, with TGC. Luckily though, when I got into the top, I scaled down noticeably. But yeah, guys, so far it's been a noticeably tougher day than it has been, and you know, if this is my first losing day in 2 weeks, that's totally fine with me. As long as I can keep it under 30 bucks, we're doing fine. But yeah, look at SXTC. I'm still looking at TGC. But this thing is just getting absolutely hammered down here. Looking weak. Here, I'm trying to find that song that we listened to the other day. Hold on. Like, it was like... it was a new Dylan Sit song is what it was. Yeah, this is it. I like the song. It's like a good morning song or something like that. Yeah. So yeah, TGC is halted on the way down. We got SXTC showing up here too. XSTC. Yeah. Hey, bro, I wish I could short. Yeah, TGC is halted on the way down. Yeah, just be careful. Yeah, I mean, we're getting some nice stuff. What's up, Tribreed? Trap's too high for me, brother. Yeah, nothing moving, nothing looking good at all today. Slowing down. I'm down $16. Carv, C-A-R-V, which is a bank. Yeah, bank. Okay, I knew it was something like that. We'll see what we get with it, though, you know. Oh, the song stopped. Hold on, team. Are these new songs by Dylan Sits? Here. So CARV, like I said, this is a bank stock ripping up here. Not enough volume to really get interested in it for me. All right, we did get the crossover on PLIN. I also might starting to get involved with the futures game. There goes CARV, hammering up here. CARV up to over 8. It's a little bit too expensive, and the volume prior to this move was a little bit light. Now it's putting in a strong move over the VWAP, breaking highs and stuff, but you know, until it really gets over like 840s, I'm not really super invested in it yet. But yeah, CARV is starting to rip. Kind of looking at MRIN to see if we get that reversal breakout. NTWK didn't do much. STAF didn't do much either. No, I can trade as much as I want, Charles. I mean, I'm not bound. I am bound by the PDT rule, so like I have to follow the PDT rule, but it doesn't matter because I have a cash account, right? So with the cash account, if you're trading penny stocks, I mean, listen, you got $4,000, you got $4,000. You could trade 2K one day, 2,000 the other, and use half of your equity one day, half of your equity the other one, and you know, not have any PDT rule. If you have a cash account, there's no PDT. So I've got a cash account, so I can trade thousands one day, 1,000 the other. I can trade 30 times a week plus. And so if you have a cash account, the PDT rule doesn't matter. It's just the PDT rule only applies to margin accounts. PULM looks okay. Yeah, I'm looking at MRIN too. It's got a long way to go, but I don't hate it. Getting a pullback on PULM here. I was watching MRIN, but it's starting to drop now. We'll watch it around $2, see if it holds there. DS showing up here. Yeah, there goes MRIN dropping. DS kind of pushing up a little bit. It's not really my style. We're gonna yeah, we're gonna get some futures action going maybe here. We're still watching penny stocks, so don't think we're done trading penny stocks, because we're not. SPY looking really strong today. Just try to maybe get into one contract here. Alright, so we're in with the contract here. $17s. Nice. Alright, so we scalped a little bit there. Made a little bit of money, I think. Yeah, we made a little $20, a cool 20. I'll take that $20 bill. Bear with me, team. We're just kind of scalping some futures while we got some time here. All right, checking out PLIN. PLIN starting to make a move. back futures. I like the strength here. All right, we're back in with one contract here in futures. We're about break even right now. Nice, nice move. Nice. Didn't get filled in that bid order. All right, we are in one contract here up, and come on, man. All right, we're gonna get out there. So we just made a little bit more money. We are up $30 on the day. I don't like those market fills. I've been trying to avoid the market fills. Still watching the futures here. Pulling back a little bit in the market. Market pulling back a little bit here. Maybe get a dip buy. We'll see. We're back in. One contract here. Getting a little bit of a drop though. Alright, a nice little surge. Alright, boom. We just got out. So $50 gain there. So far we are up $76 in futures. No losses yet. Alright, I'm scalping a little bit of PLIN here. PLIN, I took a decent share size on the crossover. I'm in 100 shares left. We are going to jump out on the asking price and not get filled. Alright, we got out of 100 shares. We're only 100 left of PLIN. I'd really like to let this 100 share position work to see if we get a broader move up, you know. Sorry, I'm trading a bunch of different stuff right now, guys, so just bear with me. I'm holding 100 shares left of PLIN. We'll come back to it. Trying to wait for this move. I might just mark it out if I have to here. 115 or so is going to be my risk. 116. Oh, I'm missing the market squeezing up in futures. Man, I'm already up. Kind of get into a little bit of a flow state here, but I'm missing moves. Yeah, we're going to get out there. We got out. Smaller win than I really wanted to. Thinkorswim fills are frustrating me, but hey, green is green. I am down $7 today. We'll see what else we get. We might have some other stuff to take a look at. I'm still watching PLIN. Going back to futures though. Gonna maybe try to get a little contract here over this 50 level, over 345.50. No losses in the futures game quite yet. Yeah, I mean, sometimes they do, Mr. Or Jorge. Sometimes they do, brother. It just depends, man. What? What did TGC ended up doing? So yeah, this is tanking down. So yeah, on the challenge account, I'm up over 600 now. It's just looking good. Got out of this one, it looks like in time. Hey, nice propane. Congrats, brother. What are you guys doing? How are you guys doing today? Today's a small loss. You know, we'll see if we can fight our way back. I only got to make about $7, $8 to end green today, but I don't know if I want to push it enough to really focus on that. You know, I don't mind losing $7, and you know, not a terrible day, you know, relative to other things. YI. Maybe STAF. I was watching MRIN as well, but MRIN just didn't do anything. Nothing. And yeah, when you guys see me trading this is the futures combine. So this is the Top Step combine team. So if anybody wants to be in this with me, basically the way it works is, all right, hold on. Sorry, I thought I was about to trade, but I ended up not getting in anything yet. But yeah, the way it works is it's a proprietary trading funded account program. So with futures, they give you these accounts and they're subscription based. It's the cheapest funded account program I've ever used. Like I literally, like if you're trying to get involved with trading and you don't have that much money, this is the single cheapest way in my opinion, because you can get the base one for like $120 after the link, after the 20% off link I post. And basically, if you can prove that you're profitable as a futures trader, it's really not unreasonable. They give you 30K in a challenge account, and if you can make $2 grand in profit in the challenge account while following the other rules, they fund you 30 grand as a proprietary trader with an 80% profit split. And I think you can keep up to 100% of your first withdrawal as well. And so even if you're not a super experienced trader, being in these funded account programs like this are going to teach you how to be a better trader. Like they're simply going to teach you how to be a better trader. You're going to have to follow rules. You're going to have to avoid big volatile releases. It's going to teach you how to be a better trader. And so if you want to check it out, like I said, you can get 20% off, and it's also a super easy way to help support me. There's the link if you want to go check it out for Top Step. Really dope platform. I've had a lot of fun trading on them so far. Hey, thank you, Propane. Hey, shout out to my brother Propane for the $10 donation, man. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that, man. Hey, congrats, brother. I know you had a great day today. Killing it in the chat, man. So congrats, brother. Proud of you, man. Happy for you, bro. And keep killing it, man. Keep doing it. But I appreciate the $10 donation, brother. I really do. Thank you, man. The other rules are that you have to be flat. There's a max loss, obviously, and you have to be flat for big earnings releases. Like there's one that's dropping in 20 minutes that I have to be flat on in futures. I can't trade around that. And so, which is, again, like I said, it's going to teach you to be a better trader, because if you're day trading, you should be flat before these releases, because unless you got, you don't know what's going to happen during these releases, and you need to be flat during these releases. And so you got to be flat. There's a max loss. I think the weekly max loss is like $1,000 with the base package. And so yeah, there's 0 commissions, although there are some fees that go along with it. But overall, it's pretty reasonable, I think. And I think, like I said, I think if you're looking to get started in trading for cheap, this is the easiest way. And if you can prove that you're profitable in futures, then you know, you can get funded 30 grand with a profit split. And this is one of the highest reviewed ones I've ever seen. Like a lot of these websites that were hating on some of the other ones I use are giving this one 5 stars. Like super strict websites are giving this one 5 stars, and they say this is the right way to do a funded account kind of prop firm with futures, at least. And so, you know, I'm excited for it. It's been a fun time trading there. See how it, yeah, for sure. So Jorge, what I do, Jorge says, was there another indicator to support the crossover that I can look into? What I usually do with the crossover, if you haven't seen me, is that I usually, GBR is popping up on these scans, guys, GBR. But what I usually do with crossovers, this one doesn't have enough volume, is that I'll wait for the crossover, but then I'll look for a pullback to buy into, right? Which is what you kind of saw me do here with PLIN, is that like you get the crossover down here, and then after the squeeze up, I instead buy into this pullback right here. You see this pullback? That's what I buy into. because that's number one, gonna give me a better entry, have less risk, and if it goes against me, it goes against me less because I have a better entry, right? And then I can take advantage of these little pops like I did earlier, and like that's usually how I approach it. Very accurate way to approach it. So yeah, I'll look for the crossover. Number one, there needs to be extension away from the VWAP, and then I need to see a crossover and then a pullback for it. I think we got a lot of subs today, so I thank you, B. Welcome, man. I appreciate the love. Thank you again, Propade, K, Kent, Lou. Appreciate the love, guys. Welcome to the team. I really appreciate the support. All right, big squeeze up in the SPY and in the overall market. All right, I took a little $25 loss on that last trade. Man, what? I gotta stop doing market fills, man. These market fills are terrible. I gotta start getting in these other fills. But I'm still green on the day, but man. Alright, so we are in this. And we just scalped out. So we made a little bit there. We're gonna see what else we got. Pullbacks. Yeah, market's consolidating around these highs. All right, we're getting a pretty noticeable pullback under the 345.50, so I'm just going to hold off on this for now. We're still green on the day. NTWK kind of just pulled the crossover play, but we'll see. Another one that's showing up is MGI. There goes MGI. MoneyGram, I think this is a larger float stock, though, so the float is noticeably larger with these. Okay, so Diego, so Top Step is a futures trading combine, right? It's a futures funded account program, Diego. And so with futures, they go by contracts. It's not as complicated as option contracts. That's not what it is. It's just the sizing. And so, for instance, if you're day trading futures and you're trading the E-mini, which is just the stock market, like it's the S&P 500, it's the mini S&P 500. And so I watch the SPY, the SPY, and I trade off of that momentum, right? But if you have one contract in the E-mini, every tick, it goes by ticks instead of cents. Every tick up or down, the E-mini moves, that's $12.50 in profit or losses. And so if I have one contract and it goes towards me in my direction one tick, I make $12.50. If I have two contracts and it goes my direction, one tick, I make $25. If I have four contracts and it goes one tick up or down, that's $50 profit or loss, right? And so that's how you do it. Basically, it's just sizing. It's not as complicated as options. It's literally just like it's similar to cents per share, right? Ticks per contract, cents per share. Basically, it's similar enough to that. Like that's basically what it is. CARV. Hey, but yeah, man, I really appreciate all the support. The last 2 or 3 days, we've gotten a lot of donations, and so I really appreciate the love. We've been getting them consistently every single day, and I really appreciate it. Great way to help support the channel here, and definitely a very cool thing. So thank you guys. Yeah, I'm flat in my futures because if I look at the Top Step Combine here, and the Top Step Combine, and the good thing is that they help me. They help me tell like when I need to be flat. And so I need to be flat at 10:30 my time for the crude oil inventory report that comes out. Same thing tomorrow. I got to be flat at 9:30 for these two and those are what I need to be flat on. And so, you know, we're gonna stop trading those right now. Yeah, like I said, I think the funded account program makes sense if you're trying to learn futures, but you don't want to really risk your hard-earned money. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's what the funded account program really makes sense. Is like if you're new to futures, like I was, and you know you don't want to risk your hard-earned money learning a market, you can take the funded account program. It's cheap. You get a good grasp of it, teach you the rules, stuff like that. And so check it out. Help support your boy here. There's the link. But yeah, what else we got in penny stocks, guys? Because I still got a little bit of equity, but TLRY, a cannabis play, is starting to make some moves, and these are kind of clean moves. I don't hate these. But not bad accuracy. This is actually late. I've actually had one loss today in futures, but not too bad so far. This is a little bit late. I think I'm running at 80%. I think I've had 5 trades. 4 of them were green. 1 was red, so that would make it 80%. Accuracy, I think I'm running at, so that's a little bit delayed, but it's okay. Hey, nice, Wretched. Hey, killing it, bro. Nice job, man. Happy for you, bro. SXTC. SXTC starting to push. It's over $35 here. You got Snap. Yo, what is Snapchat doing? I've seen off and on Snap. Snap is looking very, very strong today. So I'm looking at this crude inventory. Snap, I'm looking at SXTC here. We'll see what we get. I mean, I'm not really loving it, but I don't hate it either, you know. Watching Snap here. We'll see what happens. I'm also looking at MARA is showing up on the scans. MARA. Get this keyboard to work. It's weird. Look at MARA break over $3. So we are getting that squeeze up. GBTC. Hey, what's up, Eric? What's up, bro? Hey, what's up, man? Hey, nice, bro. Yeah, we're red. We're green and futures red in my other account. Yeah, it's not moving too much. It is what it is, you know. MARA is trying to fight 3. Yeah, I'm not seeing too much. Maybe Mara, maybe here. It's just a small mover. We'll see if it holds at $3. I don't hate that. It's Woo Wednesday. What are you talking about? Pop Smoke? You know? I like Pop Smoke. Rest in peace. There goes MARA. I mean, I'm flat in futures. Nothing too crazy yet there. MARA is the only real one that's running right now. Yeah, MARA is kind of pulling back. We'll see what happens here. SNR is another one that's showing up. SNR doesn't look good either. DSKE. A little bit slow right now. Maris blockchain, Bitcoin. Nellyville? Nellyville? Nah. I like Nelly. JF, would have been nice to short, yeah, for sure. I'm looking at MARA. Nothing really looks good. Nothing really held today. It's just kind of a I almost said adoring. I was gonna say a boring, slow day. What else is moving? I mean, SELB, maybe? I mean... Alright, so the oil inventories report just came out. SELB's running? What about Mara? Kind of keeping an eye on this one. I don't know. SELB is ripping up here. Yeah, I'm gonna put a rain check. I don't know. I wonder how flat I have to stay during this release. That's what I'm trying to figure out, guys. So that's why I'm staying a little quiet. I'm trying to see how flat I have to be during this release. Like how long I have to be flat. Oh, okay, so we're good. I can, alright, I can trade. All right, I just jumped in MARA. Market just had that release, but it's choppy. Oh, my bad, guys. Here, let me pull up MARA. See if we can break this high here. I'm holding 250 shares. There we go. There's 305s. We just got out of half. I'm holding 125 shares left. I'm holding 125 shares left here. I'm actually green on the day if I would get out now, but I think I want to let it test this once. Alright, there's 305s. Let's see if we can actually break 305s though. Like, we need to actually like break this level and not like get rejected here. There's 305s. Let's see if we get 306. There we go. Ah. Alright, I got out. I think I'm green on the day though. I am green $1.36. You guys want to see my trades? Yeah. I'll take it. You know? Not the best performing day, certainly. But green is green, you know? $1.63. The green streak is alive, team. That's all I'm saying. The green streak is alive, technically, you know. Is it a huge green check? Oh, yeah, I didn't hear that. I could put on Rain Check, my bad. I know a lot of people like Rain Check, the song. Yeah. Can you guys hear that? There we go. Yeah, I got out of MARA, just on a little bit of range trading right there. Nothing too crazy. Yeah, green is green. We're up. I mean, I'll take it, you know. and for all those people that are like, oh, you made $1 today. I thought you were trading larger. I did trade larger today. Mara, I took 400 shares. The other one today, I took like 450. And so I am scaling up. I almost got myself up to 500 shares. It's just been a tough day, and I'm basically broke even. Based off of my wins and losses. Just not, and as I scale up in size, I'll start to grow more and more comfortable to holding positions longer and letting them, you know, make their moves a little bit more often. But yeah. This is Rain Check by Dylan Sitz, is the name of the guy. Dylan Sitz. Also, look at SNR is starting to kind of reclaim that previous closing price. SNR. Oh wait, I forgot the song just stops here. Let me fix the song tune. We're gonna go into the old songs that we got on our list. I'm just gonna scroll down and hit. Yes, sir. AHT showing up here. AHT. Yeah, we got AHT here. I mean, I'm waiting. I don't see anything I really love right now, team, so I'm just trying to patiently kind of wait to see if I see anything else, and then if not, I'm just going to hang it up and finish the day. We're waiting, you know, nothing too crazy here yet. Penny stock slow. PHR is showing up on the scanners for penny stocks when it's really not a penny stock. I mean, we're waiting, but nothing too great that we're watching yet. Let me know what you're watching right now, team. I see MRIN made this huge rip up that I completely missed here and botched, I guess. You know. Look at the squeeze up for MRIN, and this was unfortunate because it was the one I was holding, I think, for a little while today, but it's alright. But yeah, look at MRIN, team. This thing is squeezing up over $3. I think the next logical support area is $3. We'll see if we hit it or not. And like, I'm playing around in futures. I'm down $84. I mean, nothing too crazy. I've ended every day green, but I don't want to push futures too hard right now, considering it's a little bit weird of a day. We're not really maintaining. We're trying to change range right now in futures, but you can see here I'm down $84 today, which really, this is going to be my first losing day, if it is a losing day, which is fine with me. You can see an $84 loss. And that's all right. We're still up $447 in this futures combine, and we're still grinding our way up there as well. So yeah, we'll see what happens for that too. John, how do you get the symbols list on the screen? What do you mean? You mean the trade idea scanners? Better than my scammers. What are you talking about? Are you trying to insult me, bro? Come on now, man. Hey, I appreciate that, Paul. Thank you. Now I see MRN. Yeah. What else we got? $84 is okay. Yeah, it's small. Like I said, I've been green every day in the last 2 weeks, including today. I'm up $1. You know, I'll take it. Hey, thank you, Balal. Thank you, man. Play a 2-minute chart? Nah, it's not my style, Laurent. But yeah, maybe I'm misinterpreting this, and if I'm misinterpreting this, I apologize to my man Leo right here. He said, "Good morning. Now I see MRIN. Check up comments. Pro tip: your audience are better. It would be is better. Just a little bit of grammar. It would be your audience is better than your scammers. Just saying. I think you meant scanners. Okay, yeah, that's what I was about to say, man. Cause like, I thought you were calling me a scammer. I was about to unload on you, bro. But you're good, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, look, my bad, guys. I apologize for that, Leo. What I am saying though is that I'm looking at other stuff, and I'm just kind of oh. Hey, thank you for becoming a member. Sorry, we got so much stuff coming over here at once. Yeah, sorry, guys. I mean, listen, it's kind of past my time to trade. Okay, so look, you and me are cool, Leo. My bad if I misinterpreted that. Trust me, I get so much nonsense that I think that I just get defensive naturally. The text in the center screen, the white letters, what about it? You guys want me to move that? We're green today. Oh, you mean these right here? This right here? I can weatherman it, look. This is my watch list today, team. You know, over here, we've got some Bitcoin movement here. Carve Bank. I'm weathermanning it. WEI is super shady over there. You know, and then over in this area here, you know, you can expect failures of all these gaps. Mosquito, sorry. But yeah, MRIN is not really my style. Oh, bro, people call me a scammer all the time. Dude, you don't even understand. Everybody's calling me a scammer. And the joke goes like this. Everybody's not calling me a scammer right now. But, like, I've had a lot of people that call me a scammer in the past. And the joke always goes like this. Yeah, I'm scamming people out of free content. You know? Such a scammer. You know? Watch out. You better be careful around me. I'll scam you out of free content. You know? I'll scam you out of your time. You know? It's just a text overlay in OBS. But yeah, the lesson here for today is don't get scanner and scammer mixed up. Because John will get defensive and somewhat insecure about it. Because maybe I deep down am a scammer, scamming people out of their free time. Yeah, it's just Streamlabs. I just text, it's just a text overlay. So you if you're using OBS, you know, I can move it anywhere I want. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I was talking about Leo, though. Hey, but I appreciate you becoming a member, Balahi. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. I tried. Millionaire Mentor Trader. Do you want to make $1 billion? You do? Everybody wants to make $1 billion. If you want to make $1 billion, you're just in time for John's super duper secret buy the dip strategy. Guaranteed to make you $73 billion within 30 seconds of, you know, pure sarcasm. Don't take me seriously, team. I mean, I don't know. I think most people like the scanners. I think I've asked them before, and most people like prefer the scans. I could always just call it out, but it's not gonna. We're gonna miss out on some viewers. We're gonna miss out on like 20%. I have no idea. I'm not really expecting it to go anywhere. It might get rejected at this 350 level, and we'll never see it again. Doki, man, get your mind out of the gutter, bro. Get your mind out of the gutter, bro. Leave Trader T alone, man. Don't be weird. Yeah. Hey, but I appreciate the support. But I guess it's a mixture of your name and, you know. Alright, well, I don't know what I want to do here with futures. I'm down 84 bucks. Losing day. First losing day I've had in a little bit, and so that's alright. But yeah, if you do want to help support me, you can go check out Top Step. And again, I think if you're wanting to get involved with the futures market is literally like the dream market for traders. Like, people don't realize the futures market is like the dream market. There's no commissions here. No PDT rule, a ton of leverage, easy withdrawals, and with this funded account program, it's the cheapest one I've ever seen. Right? This funded account program, the base one that gives you 30K is like 120 bucks after you use my link. You know, you can reset it if you fail the challenge, and you know, you can keep trying basically until you prove it and get funded, and then you get to keep 80% of your profits. If you make $1,000 net, you keep 800 of that. They keep 200, and you get to keep 100% of your first withdrawal anyway. You can trade crude, crude, oil, gas, cattle prices, gold, silver, the S&P 500, which is really what I'm trading with the Emini. I'm just trading the S&P 500's volatility, and there's a lot of volatility to be had here. Even though today's a losing day, it's my first losing day this week, and it's small, and it's smaller than all of my other winning days. And so this is this is basically what I'm trading in futures. Look at this momentum. Beautiful 1 minute pullback here that you can attack. Nice little dip buys, breakouts, high of the day breaks work pretty consistently here. And so there's a lot of momentum to attack in the overall market that I get involved with, and it just works really, really well. If you want to use it, there's the link. No, I do not use Ustock Trade anymore. I actually had somebody else ask me, like, hey, do you use Ustock Trade anymore? And I don't. And the reason I don't use Ustock Trade, well, there's a number of different reasons. The main one is that, number one, you're getting charged more than $1 on Ustock Trade. Like, you're getting charged over $1, number one, per trade. Number two is that the commissions add up. The fills are terrible, and the platform is a minimalist. I think Ustock Trade was really good before all these other platforms started offering zero commissions. Right? Like, before all these other platforms had zero commissions, in that way, Ustock Trade made sense. Right? Once Thinkorswim and E-Trade and Schwab, once they started offering free commissions, Ustock Trade makes no sense. Why does it make no sense? It's because I can day trade with a $4,000 account on Thinkorswim. I can use $2,000 one day, $2,000 in equity the next, and there's no commissions. All right, I'm in short in the E-mini right now. I'm holding one contract here. If we get a bounce up, I'll just jump out of this. But yeah, we're getting squeezed up. Well, worst case scenario here for this trade. I'll give it one more second and use like 30 as a risk, but ooh, I'm out. Yeah, I'm down 163 on the day, basically doubled my loss, but it's still pretty small, and I've still been green a majority of the time. I'm still up almost $400 here. But yeah, this is futures up. Not the best day for futures, but, you know, I'm going to lose sometimes. I'm not just going to win every single day. But going back to my previous point with Ustock Trade, there's just no point in using it anymore for me. You know, if you have a cash account, you're not restricted by the PDT rule anyway. So, like, if you've got a $2,000 cash account, you can use $1,000 in equity one day, $1,000 equity the next. There's no commissions, and so you don't get stuck paying commissions. And with all that, there's no point in using Ustock Trade anymore. Like TD Ameritrade and all those giving zero commission trades makes Ustock Trade obsolete. Like, there's no point in using Ustock Trade anymore because TD Ameritrade gives you free commissions too. So, like, what's the point? You know? You know what I mean? I'm scalping a little bit here, by the way. And this is you can see a contract. I'm holding one contract. I made a little bit of money here. We're gonna try to get out of this with a profit if we can continue dropping here. There's 12s. And come on, there's the fill. Okay, so I got myself back to a net profit in the last two trades. I'm only down $70 now, and I hope you guys saw how that worked. Like, one contract, $12.50 up and down. Two contracts, $25 up and down, so forth and so on. Hey, it's all right. Today's my first winning day of the week. Yeah, but if you have a cash account, there's no PDT rule. And the only reason you wouldn't have a cash account is if you have a margin account. And the only reason to have a margin account if you've got less than 25K is to short. And you can't short on Ustock Trade anyway. And so it doesn't make any sense to use Ustock Trade anymore. It really doesn't. It's obsolete nowadays. Like, there's no point in it. Like, it's useless, right? TD Ameritrade, a much better, more dynamic, just generally better platform, has 0 commissions. So why would you pay Ustock Trade, a much worse platform, commissions? It just doesn't make sense, you know? Right, and if you have a cash account, there's no PDT rule anyway. The only thing you have to follow is the T2 rule, which, you know, use half of your equity one day, half of your equity the next. That's the only benefit to using it. Unless you're like a super high volume scalper. Like, unless you're taking like 100 trades a day and you need that instant settlement, I could take 10, 15 trades a day on TD Ameritrade and be fine. Hey, no, you're good, man. I'm just messing with you, D, as well, man. See, I don't want to pronounce your name because I'm going to get banned by YouTube. Right, yeah, it is what it is. See, look, Trader T's being nice to you. We love you here. I can't pronounce your name because I'm going to get banned. I'm just going to call you Hand. We love you here, Hand. You know, yellow. Smiley face, you know. Context is sometimes hard to tell. I'm just messing with everybody here. I hope you guys realize that. But yeah, we're down $70 a day on futures. We're up slightly in penny stocks, but we're keeping the green streak alive. As of today, since I did end green today, I have ended green every day in the last 2 weeks of trading. Every single day, and I've traded every day. I haven't had any days where I skipped trading, and I've ended green every single day in the last 2 weeks. Doesn't matter by how much. I've ended green every single day in the last 2 weeks. Not everyone is American, John. Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, listen, you can use stock trade, but there's a lot of other platforms, even for people overseas, that circumvent the PDT rule and allow you to trade as much as you want. And you know, if you don't have if you're not American, you don't abide by the PDT rule anyway. And so using Ustock Trade makes even less sense. You know, like I said, it doesn't make any sense to use Ustock Trade. It really doesn't. Like, regardless of what your niche is, where you are, anything like that, Ustock Trade doesn't make any sense. And the reason it doesn't is because it's obsolete now. $1 commissions is great, but you're going to find a 0 commission platform, even if you're overseas. You know, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I've never had to deal with that, but, you know. Oh, I know. Well, you'll be able to find other options. Like I said, the fills and just using Ustock Trade just wasn't for me, man. I used it way back in the day. Right now, it's just not worth it for me, man. It's just not. But yeah, guys, I'm going to go ahead and close it down for the day. Like I said, one more time, if you want to be in this Futures Top Step program, which has no PDT rule, they give you a decent amount of buying power. It's the cheapest funded account program I have ever used. 0 commissions as well. It's open almost 24/7. Y'all go check it out. Really, like I said, this is the most highly reviewed and the cheapest funded account program I've ever used, right? And so, here's the link if you want to check it out one more time. If you want to help support the channel, you can also go check out Trader Mike's Discord, a super active penny stock Discord. A lot of really talented traders chill in Trader Mike's Discord, and you know, you can reach out to us there, hang out with us after these streams. Go check out Trader Mike's Discord if you want to check it out. It's completely free. You can also join our very own Discord where we post a lot of other stuff like our P&L if we trade after the stream. Plus, some more stuff. And so y'all go check out our very own Discord there. But like I said, though, if you have never gotten involved with the futures market, check out Top Step. I was one of those traders that I didn't touch the futures market. It was too complicated for me. But once I found out, I'm essentially just trading this. I'm essentially just trading the SPY, right? And I can trade the SPY. I can trade the S&P 500. There's no PDT rule. Instant settlement. You know, it just makes a lot more sense. Like, once you realize there's instant settlement, it makes a ton more sense. All right, and if you could trade momentum with mid and high caps, you could trade futures, right? The only difference is the sizing. And, you know, really, as a new trader, you just want to buy and sell one contract. And so if you buy one contract and the SPY goes up, you make a little bit of money. You sell one contract or short one contract, SPY goes down, you make a little bit of money. There's also there's the swing trading futures combine. So if you want to swing trade and hold long term, there's that. There's also the Forex futures trading combine. And so with Top Step, not only is there futures, but there's Forex, there's swing trading, there's all these different niches that you can get involved with, and it's the single cheapest way to get funded as traders, in my opinion. Super cheap, less than 150 bucks. You can try to get funded, and it makes a lot of sense, and the terms are reasonable, and the platform's solid. So y'all go check that out. Yeah, the link is right above us as well. Hey, thank you. Hey, thank you, V. I appreciate the sub, man. I'm just now reading that. Yeah, I mean, listen, that's cool. Yeah, I mean, Lauren, people are gonna have different strategies, but you know, I've always wondered, and I'm not saying you're doing this, but I'm just saying I've always wondered why people it's like, hey, I trade a different strategy. It's like, my strategy's obviously profitable, even if I'm not green today. Like, my strategy's obviously been super profitable in futures. Very self-evident. And so, yeah, I mean, I'm not going to give up my strategy to go trade somebody else's. It just doesn't make sense. Like, that definition of insanity is continuously trying the same thing, expecting a different result. My strategy's working. I would be crazy to say, hey, I'm going to stop trading something that is working home run strategy, and I'm going to just go trade somebody else's. That doesn't make any sense. But I hope you guys understand that. I appreciate everybody being here. I love you all. Hit that subscribe button, team. Click the like button. I appreciate all the love and support. Thank you guys. We've had a lot of donations the last few days. A lot of people becoming members as well. So shout out to all of our members. Shout out to everybody that helps support the channel. I love you all, regardless of whether we disagree on anything. I appreciate the support. And yeah, hit that like, hit that subscribe button, click the bell, turn on notifications, and I'll see you guys later.